Monday, everybody. A very icy kind of Monday here in Toronto, Canada. My name is Eric Hummel. You're watching League on Lock. There were tons of games over the weekend, a whole bunch of action. Even though the LCS is over, there's still a whole lot of tournaments going on, qualifications for MSI, teams qualifying for Rift Rivals across the whole entire globe, a bunch of different regions. But still, the main question over the weekend was, when does Origen play? And the answer is they played on Sunday and they played earlier today. Sunday, the main debut everyone was waiting for this hyped up roster against ClickTech. It didn't go so well. Didn't go as people were expecting. They got completely bodied. And ClickTech moved to 27-0. The team cannot be beaten. We're still waiting for them to face a team that can actually rival them. That meme is great. But I mean, they just completely destroyed Origen. This is a team where you were at least thinking they'll destroy the laning phase. And they did okay. But I mean, you look at all these early kills here. Froggen and exceL are both getting 1v1. Getting 1v1 by the Scion mid. That was pretty interesting. Forg1ven was on PvE duty pretty much the entire game. Never, even though he was farming at his typical insane Forg1ven rates, he still wasn't fed enough to break through that front line. So ClickTech pretty convincingly take them down, and again, move to 27-0, and they're 2-0 atop the standings in Group C for the EU Masters. And if you're not familiar how this group stage is going to work, you only play 3 games. There's 4 teams in each group. 3 teams. The top 3 teams advance onto the knockout stages. So basically, don't go 0-3 and you're moving on. So ClickTech 2-0, they're pretty much guaranteed a spot. Origen 0-1 after that, but their shot at redemption came earlier today against exceL, and Origen looked a whole lot better. You had Froggen on the Orianna. This was the first blood play. Lands a nice 2-man Orianna shockwave. exceL on the Skarner pulls it in for a double kill. exceL eventually picks up the Rift Herald. They chase down the Karma for what seemed like an eternity. One more auto attack from Froggen. He gets another kill to his name. The early game a whole lot better for Origen here. exceL forces the flash out of the Kai'Sa, and I mean, without that cooldown, she is so zoned. The Karma shields aren't enough. exceL pulls in the top lane Cassiopeia out of Sendo, and that's going to be a kill. Double kill for Froggen. That would lead to a Baron. And then another big fight here. They go all in on Froggen, but he cleanses out of it all. Lands a nice 2-man ultimate on the 2 carries. Ends up resulting in a triple kill for Henrik Hansen on the Orianna. He played a fantastic game. Forg1ven was on the Tristana again. Farming is head off, 15-2 in kills in this one. Very clean game from Origen, sub 30 minutes, way sub 30 minutes. They move to 1-1, and the OG Resurrection is in full force. They finally get a win. Not finally, it's their second game. I know there was an incredible amount of hype around this team because they had so many well-known and clearly talented individuals. But you got to remember, these guys have hardly practiced together at all. You had an interview with exceL saying exceL maybe understands 10% of the communication that the team's having. 10%? How can you do anything when your jungler is understanding 1 in every 10 words that you're saying in your team comms? So obviously that's something they're going to have to work through as this tournament is ongoing. But now they're 1-1 in Group C. I mean, they've got a good chance. They got 1 game left in that group stage. That'll be tomorrow, and there's a good chance of them moving on into the knockout stage. It's still a little bit in the air what exceL and Origen is actually hoping to do with this roster. They've sent out some tweets and some thoughts that they're hoping this is a kind of long-term thing, but I don't know if a guy like Froggen is going to stay on the squad beyond this tournament. You got to feel like he's going to be fielding some LCS offers, but we'll see. It's definitely brought some hype to this tournament, and I just want to give another shout out to ClickTech, who is at the top of that group. They look like one of the best teams at the tournament. They just keep knocking down pretty stellar teams. Exciting to see them through the rest of tournament play in the EU Masters. That keeps on going tomorrow, final day of the group stage action.